Welcome back to consecutive day 1066 of a diary of a runpreneur. And today's topic is I want to talk to you about running with an injury. So please remember to give this a subscribe, share, like and comment, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon. All the information about the challenge taking involved is in the link in the comments below. Thank you as always, and let's get started. So, consecutive day 1066 of a diary of a runpreneur, and today's topic I want to talk to you about is running when injured. Now, I've had my fair share of injuries throughout the last 1066 days of consecutive daily running, and the latest one, it feels like it could be the toughest one yet. I believe, I haven't been officially diagnosed yet, but I believe I think I've got plantar fasciitis, which for those runners out there will probably know what it means. It is where the tendon in the sole of your foot is inflamed, and ultimately the challenge with inflamed, I can't remember if it's a tendon or a ligament, but the challenge with inflammation on the sole of your foot is that most of the times when you have some kind of inflammation you rest. Okay, now the challenge with a part of your body that is very difficult to rest, like the sole of your foot, is it takes a lot longer to recover because it's having to get rest in whenever it can. But ultimately we are mobile, well, most of us are, God willing, we're mobile as humans, and we constantly are moving, putting pressure on the injured area, and as a result it takes much longer to heal, and there's not really much you can do about it other than stretch it out, ice it, try and rest it, etc. I'm going to potentially go and see a specialist, but it's a strange one because some days it feels like it's getting better, other days it feels pretty horrendous, and today is one of those horrendous days. You might see that I'm limping slightly with my left foot at the moment, and don't worry, I'm not going to stop my running streak. It will take more than this to stop me, but I have to be consciously aware of the ramifications of running through injuries. So first thing I would say is that just don't run through injuries within reason, unless a physiotherapist or someone has suggested you do some very light, very slow jogging to kind of do some dynamic stretching with your muscles, ligaments, tendons, etc. If a qualified professional has advised you to do that, then fine, but for most amateurs or novices out there, if you're injured, most of the time rest is the best form of recovery, alongside some form of stretching as well, because if you rest and the muscle, tendon, ligament heals contracted, it's likely to go again when you stretch it and start pushing it when you start motion again. And but back to plantar fasciitis, it's horrible. It feels, bizarrely, running is sometimes easier than walking because the pain I'm receiving is through my heel, or the inside of my heel, and it just feels like a really bad bruise that whenever you put any pressure on it, you get this kind of dull but sharp pain. It probably contradicts itself with that description I've given you there, but it's dull most of the time, and then all of a sudden it will go sharp because you've pushed it slightly in one way or t'other. So t'other, the northern side of me coming out, even though I'm from the south. But anyway, I went to university in Leeds, so a bit of Yorkshire there for you. But anyway, cut a long story short, my plan to recover here is I'm going to keep running through it, because I'm hoping the actual running, relatively low intensity running, will help keep it stretched and dynamic stretching whilst I'm running on the balls of my feet, because I run barefoot style, so I'm kind of protecting my heel when I run. Hopefully that will come through it, but it's been a couple of weeks now, and it's hard work. Running through injuries is not fun, and it plays with your mind psychologically. You lose confidence in your running form. You sometimes overcompensate for a weakened area, which I'm probably doing. Well, certainly I'm doing today because I've been limp running, and you just need to be aware of it. So I'm very consciously aware, so much so that I'm running slower than I usually would run, not a great deal slower, but slow enough for it to feel more comfortable. I'm running generally slower, and I'm just trying to stretch out enough to feel it stretch, but without fear of doing any more damage. So the downside to plantar fasciitis is that in certain instances it can take up to 12 months to recover, and obviously if that happens, you know, I'm thinking ahead of my marathon PB attempt at Yorkshire Marathon on October 15th, that could be in jeopardy. But at the same time, people can heal significantly quicker. So I'm going to give myself till the summer before I make a decision on whether I'm going to go for that run or not. I need to have 9 weeks clear prior to the actual event to train effectively to be able to have a go at PB. So I think I've given myself till the end of the first week of August to make that decision. But yeah, running injured is no fun. I find myself when the pain hits, you know, most of the time when you breathe during running, you're breathing for cardiovascular reasons, but when you're in pain you're running, I feel like I'm breathing through the pain to try and manage the pain, which isn't ideal. But hopefully it will heal. I'm a little bit concerned about it because it's been a good couple of weeks now with I thought there were some signs of minor improvement, and then you get another bad day. So I think this is going to be a long one, and I just have to take the necessary precautions. But I think the moral to the story today is, if you are injured, first and foremost, go and see a specialist. Second, 95% of the times, rest is probably the best way to recover, with some form of dynamic stretching, whether you're rolling the muscle or joint. You wouldn't roll the joint, sorry, you'd roll the muscle. If it's a ligament or a tendon, there might be some very minor stretching exercises you do to recover. Do not run through it unless a specialist recommends that you do so, which is highly unlikely. I've run through multiple injuries, so I feel fairly experienced in this area, but like I say, I certainly don't recommend it. But listen to your body, get advice. If you are pig-headed like myself and are going to try and run through your injuries, listen to your body and don't be afraid to take it super slow if you are struggling, as that might be the best way or the best chance you give yourself to recovery. So anyway, that's it for me today. Questions or comments, drop me a line. I'll respond to everyone. Do remember to give this a subscribe, share, like and comment. As more people we get in front of, the more money we raise, as it's part of my fundraiser to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon. So thank you for your support as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.